Welcome to Radio Boomers Live, otherwise known as RBL, a show that incorporates baby boomers and millennials' ideas and perspectives.
With the hottest news, reviews, and interviews, and guidance on the transition of brick and mortar to click and order. And now I'm proud to introduce former veteran, military police, and a member of Knights of Columbus, my dad, James Zuley.
And my son, chairman and CEO of eZWay Network, known as the Digital Dick Clark, Eric Zuley. Good morning, everybody.
Well, you know, Dad, usually when the intro finishes and you hear the clapping, you start talking.
Good
and you
morning,
say hello to
Radio
all the
Boomers Live
audience.
listeners around the world. Good morning to our eZWay family. You know who you are. And to the superstar host of the show, Eric Zuley, Eric eZWay. And I'll tell you, Eric, it's not an easy trail that you blaze. It's a lot of work, but you're making it easy for people to get out there. That's for sure.
Yeah, and thank you, Dad, so much, and welcome everybody to another awesome episode of Radio Boomers Live. I'm Dr. Eric Zuley with my wonderful dad, James Zuley, and we do Radio Boomers Live every Monday, 11 to 12, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you're enjoying the show and you enjoy what you hear on the show, you can go to eZWaynews.com to learn more and see all the different articles and publish. I mean, this newspaper is rocking. We're getting tens of thousands of views now on anything that we pretty much post. And if you're enjoying the show and you want to follow more, you can go to Instagram and follow the eZWay family Instagram. And you can subscribe to www.rbllive.com. That's www.rbllive.com. And just to show you an idea of kind of how that works, when you go to that, you're going to see, Dad, we got the whole new calendar now on.
Absolutely, I love it.
So you're going to see the actual channel that we have for RBL Live. You're going to see the show. It's live and direct. So you're live right now and in real time. You can chat on it. You can subscribe right here, and you can buy things, and you can see all past episodes and just kind of get involved. And you can go down here and advertise or request to be a guest. So make sure you go to www.rbllive.com. And this is also brought to you by the one and only Better Vision for Children, bvccharity.org. Please donate and support children's eyesights. We do early prevention, eye testing, and eye screening.
Absolutely. Get it tested. Get them checked early. Too many, 50% of the parents and caregivers do not have the kids tested, and we got to get them all tested because from my calculations, out of every 1,000 that we have tested, 250, it's 25%, are detected with an issue. And then we get it, make sure it's taken care of, and they'll be fine.
100%. So we have a great show, guys. And also I have a show coming up tomorrow, 1:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time with a gentleman named John, who's a professional fight choreographer that works with like Keanu Reeves and all the big people in Hollywood. They do all the really cool action stuff. We're going to show a lot of great action stuff on the show. He's also an actor himself. So make sure you subscribe to www.eZTalkLiveShow.com if you want to check out my show. But Dad, I'm excited about our guests today.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We have a financial expert that's actually been, he's proven to be very successful in what he's been able to do with Ironhawk Financials. So you'll learn and get the chance to meet Joseph Lombardi coming up here soon. And if you guys enjoy what we do and you want to get involved with the network, you can actually, let's say you see one of the guests and you want to get connected with them, you can actually go into our actual network. You can create an account by going to www.eZWayNetwork.com. That's letter E, letter Z, eZWayNetwork.com. You'll get a dashboard like this. And then at the top, there's eZWay I, which actually will take you into our social network rabbit hole, positive rabbit hole. And then you'll get involved with the whole community. You'll see the events we have coming up. This is a big A-list Influence to Income Summit event we have coming up with some of the biggest multimillionaires, from the CEO of Napoleon Hill Foundation to the co-founder of Priceline and down. A lot of amazing people are going to speak and tell you how they created influence and turned it into income. And you'll see a whole bunch of different people posting, and you'll see what's happening. And you also see this live broadcast and many others right here on the app. So if you want to get connected to Joseph Lombardi, you can look up Joseph, I believe, and there he is, Joseph Lombardi. And then you can reach out to him, friend him, and message him if you want to get in contact with what you hear on the show today. So it's a very interactive show, and we are here to support you guys and get you guys education, get you guys connected to some great stuff, as well as promote you on eZWayPromotions.com. We also want to say thank you to our wonderful sponsors. Dad, we got the Parents' Day coming up, the National Parents' Day.
Next week, this coming weekend. Yeah.
With the Universal Peace Federation.
We got people flying in from all over. It's going to be an exciting day, Saturday.
Yeah, it's going to be at the City Hall, and you guys can go to the if you have an account. We now, Dad, I'm super excited to let people know, and you know, we've updated the new announcement on the back end dashboard, and if you scroll down, we now have the calendar of all of the things we have going on in eZWay. We've made it so easy. We've made it so simple now. And then if you click on anything from here, so let's say you go to the Rhythm of Business Shoot, then you get all the information. You can register right to that event.
Jason Span's Rhythm of Business. He has been putting something amazing together, and I'm anxious to go to that.
Well, yeah, and it helps artists and business owners. It's pretty exciting. So we want to say thank you to allaboardlimousineservice.com, which is going to be picking us up and bringing us to that awesome event. We want to say thank you to the Faith channel on iTube 247, and now we're on iDreamCTV, we're on iVod, we're on all these different platforms, almost 20 different OTT Roku platforms that this show now broadcasts live to. Major distribution. We have over 10,000 users now on the network. And so we appreciate all you guys for helping us get to this point. So we're going to go to a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to have our special guest, Joseph Lombardi, the owner of the Ironhawk Financial. And this is a little commercial on the Influence to Income Summit coming up on August 1st through the 3rd. Make sure you register, and we'll see you guys there.
Get ready for a transformational experience at the Influence to Income Summit, where some of the most prominent thought leaders and trailblazers come together to share powerful insights on turning purpose into profit. Featuring legends like Jeff Hoffman, Senior Executive from Priceline, Dr. Tina D. Lewis, founder of Global Women Speakers, Don Green, CEO of the Napoleon Hill Foundation, Dr. Dante Sears, founder of WealthXO, Omar Periu, 32 best-selling author, host of Zero to Wealth, Deb Drummond, executive producer for the Women's Channel, Greg Reed, executive producer of the Wishman movie on Netflix, Kate Linder, Young and the Restless Star, Vandy Chozo, CFO for River Rock Films, Andy Monet, co-founder for Trailblazers TV, Jeffrey Hazlett, chairman of C-Suite Network, Shyla Day, founder of Women of Purpose, David T. Fagan, former CEO of Guerrilla Marketing, Laurel Lang-Meyer, the millionaire maker from The Secret, and many more. This is your chance to learn directly from the best. Hosted by Karen Hall and creator of the eZWay interactive app Dr. Eric Zuli. Benefiting better vision for children. Powered by the award-winning eZWay network, this televised event is broadcast across multiple platforms and designed to help you master the art of monetizing your influence. Register free now at www.influencetoincomesummit.com.
You guys are not going to want to miss it. Make sure you go to www.influencetoincomesummit.com and register.
Eric, there's so many platforms, and there's so many ways of keeping up with the cutting edge scenario that's going on. Times are changing so rapidly that if like you wake up literally the next day. It used to be, you wait 6 months or a year. Now you wake up the next day and there could be a total change in finances, or online activity or whatever. I mean,
You never know. The world is changing faster than we know it. And a little piece of advice to you guys: if you guys haven't gotten cryptocurrency and you haven't been stocking up on the digital assets, make sure you do that, because things are definitely changing. So yeah, we got our special guest coming up. Can you hear me okay with the music in the background? Does it sound good? Thumbs up? Yes.
Yep.
All right. So we have an amazing guest. He's a super savvy person, managing partner at the Ironhawk Financial. He's an author, radio host. He's got Money Talk with Ironhawk. He's published author in Amazon, published author. He's published in multiple different places. He's been on the cover of 100 Inc. Top 40. Been on the cover of a lot of stuff. He's Marquis Who's Who. He's a fellow Marquis Who's Who in America. Listee, multiple leader in multiple different locations, and he knows his stuff when it comes to money. So without further ado, let's bring on to the stage Joseph Lombardi. Woo-woo.
Hello,
Joseph. Welcome to the show.
Welcome. And Joseph, we said times are changing. Is that an understatement, or that's the way it's going, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the way it's been going for a very long time. This fiat currency the government has, it's not going to last forever, and it's looking like the digital currency is going to be taken over soon.
So everybody that's watching right now, before we get into this interview, please press the share button. Please press the like. Wendy, thank you so much for tuning in. Comment, like, share. Let's get this out there. This is going to be some really great information. And you hit the nail right on the head, Joseph. I mean, first and foremost, for people that don't know what fiat is, let's explain to them, because this is a baby boomer show. Let's explain to them a little bit of what fiat is and why you want to know about it and educate them a little bit.
So what fiat currency is, it's literally worthless paper that you believe is valuable. So if you think a $100 bill is valuable and you were to give that to somebody else who thinks it's valuable, even though the paper it's printed on is worthless, it has value, right? We used to be on the gold standard. We used to have gold as backing our currency. Now there's nothing backing our currency. So
thank you, Mr. Nixon.
So fiat currency is just make believe monopoly money that government is really good at brainwashing and culturizing their citizens to think it's valuable, so that they can, have nothing backing it and just let us keep working and enslaving us through taxation.
So it's kind of what you call a smoking mirror, huh?
Yeah, I mean, when you look behind the curtain, like the Wizard of Oz, you think it's this almighty man. It's just a regular dude with a microphone. You're like,
exactly.
Oh, yep.
So back when Nixon made that deal in the 60s, it was a big mistake switching from the gold standard, wasn't it? They should have
absolutely. I mean, we owe how much? $37 trillion. Now with the big, beautiful bill, we'll be at $40 trillion. Like, people can't fathom how much money that is.
No,
that would fill up every sports arena in $100 bills to the top.
Yeah. When you put the math on it, just paying the interest for one day is ridiculous. How do you get out of that rabbit hole, like Eric says,
Well, Dad, before we get into asking him a bunch of questions, let's let him introduce himself. I'll give you the stage, Joseph, and so people can get a little bit of the background on you and how you became, what are you, a multimillionaire, a billionaire? What would you consider your bracket?
Well, I handle billions of dollars. I've been doing this for 22 years. Me personally, I'm a multimillionaire. I have real estate, business equity, you name it. A lot of my money is in IRS code section 7702. That's where literally most of my money is. That's the code that is tax-free, sue-proof, divorce-proof in most states, can't lose, averaging like 15% tax-free annual returns, can lien the money out. It's one of the books I've written, Be Your Own Bank. That's on Amazon. But if any of your listeners want my books, articles, magazines, website, radio show link, YouTube video on my strategy, absolutely free, just write an email to joe@ironhawkfinancial.com. But I got into this industry not by choice. I was supposed to be a contractor. My dad owned JV Lombardi Builders, multi-millionaire out of Connecticut and Greenwich. And he ended up falling 3 stories off a ladder, lost a $27 million construction company when I was 15. At that point, my ex stepmom went to rehab because she was drinking vanilla extract and Listerine and almost killed my sister. And then my dad was in the hospital. So here I am at 15. I had to drop out of football, track, and basketball, go work at a daycare. I still stayed in school, but it was really hard. So I realized how many other people are wealthy. They have money, they have families, but they have no financial foundation. They have no long-term care, no permanent life insurance, no disability. All their money's taxable. All their money's tied to the market. And if the market were to go down, taxes were to go up, they're going to take heavy losses. So I got lucky where I was 19 years old, and the CEO of Northwestern Mutual came into a very high-end Japanese hibachi place I used to bartend at in Westport, Connecticut. And he loved me, said, hey, you got to join. So I got in this industry when I'm 19. I just celebrated my 41st birthday last Friday. So I've been doing this for longer than I've been alive, like over half of my life, so to say. So it's something that is so important that the average American puts as a low priority. And then when something happens and they cry wolf, go fund me, I didn't know. But it's one of those things where if you're not going to take care of your future self, who is? So it's all about making sure that you have a financial plan, because if you fail to plan, your plan's to fail. And I've seen it many hundreds of times over the last 22 years in this industry.
And on that note, and Dad, I'll give you the floor after this. But when you're mentioning having a financial plan and really, I want you to talk about have money, being successful versus being wealthy, and actually how to make money on your money and actually doing the right thing with your money. You guys have the wealth management side of things. You have insurance. You have just really helping people with their money. And that's talk about the Iron Hawk financial side of what you created. I mean, you created this monster. It's almost like you created like what I created in marketing with eZWay, but you created it in finance and money.
Well, it comes down to passion and love and doing the right thing, something that you exuberate as well, Dr. Eric. So these are the things that you need to have to be successful. You have to actually care about other people. You have to make sure that when you are in the position that God gave you, the skill set, to be who you are, that you recognize it. I was lucky enough, I did it when I was 19. So I have 2 decades of staying in the same industry, building relationships within the same industry, getting opportunities that, a lot of people don't have. I'm on all the DraftKings commercials nationwide. I play baseball with the Red Sox and basketball on Celtics court. It's an amazing, amazing life. I was just hanging out with Rick from Pawn Stars 3 weeks ago. It's just crazy. You whatever you feel you can get to it. But if you don't think you're worthy of it, why would the world? So you have to know your worth. You have to know you're worthy. You need to be able to communicate that articulately, confidently, and intelligently. And other people will realize, oh my God, this guy is pretty cool. And all you need is like, trust, and respect. And you can get anywhere you want in this world, but you have to give it in order to get it. Right. So treat everybody as treat myself as thy neighbors. Right. So what people want in this world is they want to take. They just want to take, gimme. And You're not going to win. You have to give. And a lot of people don't want to do that. And it's sad.
Eric, the music is a little high.
There's no music on.
There's no music.
I don't know what you're talking about. You probably have something on your phone, Dad, in the background that you're listening to, but we don't hear any music. And so guys, you're watching right now an expert that really knows money, right? And if you guys have any questions or comments, we're gonna go ahead and put them on the bottom right for you guys if you want to talk to Joseph directly. But Joseph, let me ask you this. Give us some good tips and strategies on where to start. If I'm a small business, I'm an up and comer, I'll tell you guys this. You can start with content. You can create content, and then you can have multiple platforms that pay you on that content. But you have to have a community to create audience that gets you paid on that content. So you could be right in your computer or phone and start making money. But then, Joseph, I want you to take it from there on how you scale that and how you grow that much more. How do you make money on your money? What are some other tips of success that you can give on being a startup in getting money and then scaling and then getting to where you are?
Okay, well, there's two things come to mind. One is assets versus income, right? The average American thinks that assets are way more important than income. And I'm telling you right now, income, quality of life is where it's at. Making six figures a week is fun. And I get to do pretty much whatever I want, when I want, with my 3 children, with my wife. I just got back from Aruba. I just was in the Bahamas getting the #1 broker award in the country out of 80,000 reps. I was the #1 sales guy in the United States of America for the biggest company who does what I do. So when you're in that position, right, having liquidity, right, the average American, what they do is they tie their money up, right? They handcuff their money in qualified money. An IRA, a 401k, a SEP simple pension, deferred comp, 457, 529 for college plan. It's like, this is the worst thing you can do, right? The government is not your friend, and they have already colluded with people in Wall Street. How do I know that? I've worked in Wall Street. I worked in Manhattan, and I've worked in Wall Street. Wall Street is just a sub-arm of the IRS with the government. What does that mean? What that means is, think of what Wall Street does. They manage money, right? Let's talk about managing money, right? If they're taking 1.5% every year of not of just what you put in, but of your total account value, right? So 1.5% over 30 years is what? If it was simple, it would be 45, right? If I had 1.5 times 30, it would be 45. That was if it was simple fees. They're compounding fees, meaning they're taking a percentage on your principal and your growth. So if you do it over 30 years, over half of your money is stolen by Wall Street. Then when you take distributions out of your 401k or IRA, what happens? Federal tax, state tax, FICA, Medicare, unemployment, Social Security tax. So then I have half my money stolen by the governments. So if over half my money is stolen on the way up, that means I have less than half. And then if half of that money is stolen on the way down, that means I have less than a quarter of what I put in. And this is what the average American does. Well, this is not what rich people do. Millionaires and billionaires don't own 401ks. They don't own IRAs. That's not how they operate. They use IRS codes. They use strategies, right? So I don't sell product. I sell strategy. I have strategies that can guarantee you can't lose. I have strategies that have proven 20-year track records of earning over 14% tax-free annual compounding returns, that have no 59.5-year rule, have no 10% penalty, right? Can't lose, sue-proof, divorce-proof in most states. So when you look at what the rich people do, why not copy them? Because you don't need to recreate the wheel. I mean, if you want to be successful, just copy what Dr. Eric Zuley does. If you want to be manage your money properly, just copy what somebody like me does, or my thousands of clients and billions of dollars do that are A+ rated on the Better Business Bureau with 0 complaints. 0. So, but we're all misled, because who runs our country? The federal government. Who ran the educational system up to a few months ago when Trump tried to take us off of it, right? The government. So if you're the government, right, this is what most people don't do. If you put yourself in their shoes, and they have 300 million kids, right? They're not thinking about, how do I give them all their best life? They're thinking, how do I have law and order? How do I make sure they don't kill each other? How do I make sure, that they are obedient? And how do I extract as much as I can from them? Because the people on top are the kings, even though we're all equal under God, but let that make sense. So you have to understand that we're in a culture, we're in a development of in this example, financial industry, which is taught that if you want something, buy it now. If you want a car, get a car note. You want college, get student loans. They're giving $250,000 deals to 17-year-olds and 18-year-olds, $250,000 loans. Well, these poor kids are going to be paying $800,000 back. So you have to understand that when you're dealing with a society and a culture and a government which is controlling everything, they control our money, they control our education system, they're not going to do what's in the best interest for us. They're going to do what's in the best interest for them. So you have to do things and learn things that aren't mainstream. And that scares people. Like, oh, how long has this strategy been around, Joe? I don't know, 180 years. The companies I use have been around since 1848, 1892. This is not new. But when all this information is suppressed and they want you in debt, because if you're in debt, you're enslaved, and they want you in high taxes, because if you're paying taxes, you're enslaved. The definition of slavery is I give you my time, which is my most valuable commodity as a human being on earth. I give you my time, and in exchange, you give me nothing. That's called taxes. So if you have to understand, how do I break away from that? There are legal ways to do it.
It's called entrenchment. They get used to a certain program, a way of living, you know?
Can you hear him?
Yeah.
Joseph?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really sad. And then I have 3 children. So my number one goal as their protector, their provider, and their father is to make sure that they aren't going to be put in the same position as the average American, because the average American right now is losing. The average American's not paying their bills. They're in credit card debt. What's the foreclosure percentage at right now? Highest car repo in history. We are not winning. Okay. What are we in math? 27th as a country, but we spend the number 1 amount of money in education and math, but we're 27th. Name another industry that spends that much money, more than anybody else, and they're the worst. You can't.
And you know, the Europeans, they don't look at the 30-year mortgages. You know, we get used to paying a 30, maybe a 25, 20-year mortgage. And they kind of laugh at it. Like, why are you doing it that way? If you program it, you pay a certain way, you can eliminate, 40% of that interest.
No, you're definitely wrong. And then there's other business owners I work with that can teach how to lower 7 years off your mortgage without paying an extra penny just when you pay your mortgage. But this is not new. This is cultural. This is in our society. We have a past self, we have a present self, and we have a future self. We don't live in the present. That's why we're full of depression, living in the past, or anxiety, living in the future. We don't live in the present as reality, but we don't plan for the future. So they did a really good job at manipulating us.
Let's get into that, Joseph. Not to interrupt you, but how do we plan for the future? I would say, I go back to crypto. I mean, we're really getting. I mean, we made a couple smart investments when crypto was at a very small amount of money, or stocks were a small money. We invested into Nvidia, we invested into Netflix, and and then it shot up there. And I mean, recently it just did a major spike. So where should they put their money for their future, in your opinion?
I advise every single American who has extra money, who isn't getting a match on their retirement, because I like to keep my licenses. If you're not getting a match on your retirement, I would say all, if not most of your money should go into your own bank. And your own bank is IRS code section 7702. That code is embedded in the death benefit of a permanent life insurance policy. What it says basically is that if the death benefit is legally tax-free, what if I'm alive? All the money is legally tax-free. It's under the wrapper, right? Because you think of 401k, that's an IRS code. 403b, 457, 529. Those are IRS codes. Those are the ones that are near the top. Well, this one is 7,702. That's the code. IRS code 7702. Way down there. I wonder why. That code says all your money in this wrapper can legally be leaned out, right? Because if you're guaranteed to die, which we all are, sorry if that's news to somebody, we're all going to die at one day. So if you buy a life insurance policy, which is guaranteed to pay out because nobody lives forever, and what if you lean it while you're still alive? So now I have access to a lot of money that's tax-free, that's liquid, that has no 59.5-year rule, that has no 10% penalty, that has no federal tax, state tax, FICA, Medicare, unemployment, has no 12B1 fee, Class A share fund fee, money manager fee, annual account fee, mutual fund expense fee like a 401k. So instead of getting less than a quarter of my money, I have access to 100% of my money minus the cost of insurance, which I need anyway if I'm a business owner.
This is invaluable advice, Joseph, and our show is very appreciative of it. But I have to beg to differ. My AI, there's gonna be a robot AI Eric running around when I'm gone, and we're gonna continue that legacy. Kind of like iRobot with Will Smith. You're gonna have those little. Anyway,
yeah,
making a joke. So you have some pictures and stuff that you sent us, and you have an awesome life. I just wanted you to kind of share it with our audience. We had a couple of things that were sent to us, some awards that you got. We'll just kind of go through some of these things. So what's this award here?
That was getting a #1 broker award in the United States for National Life Group for 2024. They flew me down to the Bahamas. That's my wife next to me. The CEO is on the end, and I was in front of the whole company getting the #1 award.
Amazing. Congratulations for sure. And then you're top 100 on Top 100 magazine. Some people may not have heard of Top 100 magazine. Talk a little bit about what Top 100 is and what it means to be on the. Are you on the cover?
Yeah, that's the cover of the magazine. Yeah, I was on the top 40 under 40 for finance through 100 INC. So 100 INC manages all the different professions. They find the top people through interviewing, looking at statistics, complaints, client number, income levels, and then based on that, they rank you in your said profession.
Congratulations. So and then you're on television over here?
Yeah, I'm on all the DraftKings commercials nationwide.
Nice.
Because I work a lot with Fortune 500 companies too. This is
I
the
want to
who's
be on
who.
the cover of a Marquis Who's Who mag. Wait, I'm a Marquis Who's Who, but how'd you get on the cover?
No, this one's the Who's Who in Building Construction. The Marquis Who's Who book is right here above my finger on my screen.
Oh, okay.
That one's the Who's Who in Building Construction. This is the Marquis Who's Who in the Congressional Library. It's a book this thick that has 2,000 people.
I'm in the book, but I want the cover. I thought they had a magazine or something.
No, that one's for building and construction for Connecticut and Western Mass. I work with over 1,000 blue collar business owners.
That's awesome, man. Well, congratulations on all your success, and we are proud to have you part of the eZWay family. Shout outs to Rodolfo, for Rudy, for turning you on to us, and how are you enjoying the experience in the eZWay family so far?
When you're around like-minded people that want to grow, if they're not a winner, they want to be a winner. Those are the people you want to surround yourself with. And if you continuously, put yourself in position to be a value and an asset to other people, all it's going to do is help grow your business, have people like you and trust you. And if you get to that point in your career, I closed 3 deals this morning for over $100,000 of commission. And 2 of them were existing clients. One heard me on a podcast. So when you get to a point where you've built what I've built, you just sit back, reap the benefits. People come to you. It is an amazing life, but you just have to keep doing the right thing and make sure you put other people's needs above your own. So it's easy in my industry to overcharge people.
You're loving being part of the eZWay family then, right?
eZWay family is amazing, being around really, really talented, like-minded people. And that's eZWay doesn't bring in people that don't want to win. They don't bring in losers. They bring in people that have the ability to grow, that want something better for themselves or for their children or for their family, or they just want to be the best at whatever it is their lane. And it's a great place that you built. And I'm glad to be a part of it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Backtracking a little bit, the importance, it's very important when you're younger to try to put something together for the future, like an investment for yourself when you have to be taken care of at the end. A lot of people don't do that, and it leaves a burden on the family. Or for retirement, or it's the percentage on what you have to invest when you're young compared to taking that on when you get older. It's a big difference,
And Dad, we can have Joseph back on. We got to get to our next guest, but I want to give him the chance to promote whatever you want to promote in closing. We've got another minute or so. Joseph, thank you so much for coming on the show. I want to have you back more and more, actually, and even we can even maybe create a segment of some sort, because your information is invaluable to our members, invaluable to our audience. And this is getting syndicated, and it's on cable television, satellite station, nationwide, international. Now we're just expanding like crazy. So your message and your word and your expertise is going to get out there in a big way. Are you going to be joining us for our big virtual summit coming up, the Influence to Income Summit? I might want to have you on the money panel that we're going to be doing. It's the wealth panel.
I'll have to check with my assistant. I know I have to go to Czechoslovakia. I got to go to France. I just got back from Aruba. I travel a lot, but I have to check my calendar. And if I can, I definitely will be there.
Awesome. All right, man. So what do you want to promote in closing? And then, if you have one more question, but we got to get to the next guest.
So what advice would you give as far as investing when you're younger? But how about people that are more in their 50s and 60s, what do you think the best strategy is there, real quick?
I do over $100 million a year into fixed index annuities. So they're averaging 15 to 16%. Can't lose using option contracts. A+ rated mutual, trillion with a T, $1 trillion companies that I represent. That's where all the money's going. Over $500 billion has gone into it in the last 12 months. It's the safest place. You're going to need long-term care too. So getting approved for long-term care when you're older is very difficult. So your easier path is to get approved for life insurance than it is to get approved for long-term care. So you buy a life insurance policy that has a LTC rider, a long-term care rider on it. Those are like double as easy to get approved for, and they're lower cost, guaranteed level premium. They don't increase every year like a standalone long-term care policy.
Yeah.
So long-term care and then protection of your principal, because you're not 20 years old anymore, would be my advice. And I work with a lot. I say 80% of my clients are 55 to 70. But it's very important to do that. Legacy planning, make sure if you're worth over 7 million, you don't have all your money in your name. You open up an irrevocable life insurance trust called ILIT trust. Make sure that upon death, that life insurance policy is out of your name, free of estate tax and ordinary income taxes to your children. IULs, I do a lot of IULs. That's why I was the #1 guy in the country for National Life Group. They're the #1 IUL company in the world. So yeah, IULs are awesome. But yeah, so promote real quick. I know you have somebody else. Just if anybody wants the information, it's free. I've never charged a client $1 in 22 years, never lost a client $1 in 22 years. Just write an email to joe@ironhawkfinancial.com, joe@iron like the metal, hawk like the bird, financial.com, and just say, interested in info, And
remember, guys, I mean, we are building a network here. We're building a community. We're building an infrastructure. We're building something like our own Facebook, our own LinkedIn, and we have experts like this to be able to help our members that are inside of that community. And you do have a profile on that app. So if you guys download the eZWay Interactive app, you can simply reach right out to Joe, and you can interview him. You can ask him questions, whatever, and send him a message. We're going to help you get your profile more updated, Joe. So we're going to do more stuff, because I love how you're moving, man. I love how you're being part of the eZWay family, and I love how you're willing to serve so many, because the law of reciprocity brings it right back to you.
Yeah,
we call it heartfelt actions. Love it.
Well, I appreciate you allowing me on your show, and I wish you nothing but success. I see the growth that you are doing. I love that you're with your father. I'm Italian, so I'm very family oriented. So I love to see that you doing that with somebody you love. And I wish you nothing but success and growth, and keep doing what you're doing, brother.
Thank you, man. Well,
spread the word on the Better Vision for Children.
Got it. Yeah.
Well, he's gonna be an ambassador. He's gonna be all over BVC. We got a lot of conversations ahead of us. So you have a couple other links that you sent us. International Business Times. This is something else that you're on. You also had. We already showed the Top 100 magazine, and I want to make sure I got to all your stuff. And then I think you had something with Apple. This is your podcast. So talk a little bit about your podcast, then we'll let you go. When are you gonna have me on your podcast, Joseph?
Probably when I started back up. I did it for 6 months. I had like the Secret Service guy that was with Trump and Biden on. I had the state attorneys, tax attorneys on. We had some really, really cool guests. Grew that channel from nothing to hundreds of thousands of listeners. I just got way too busy with my daughter's dance, coaching basketball, and then my company. I went from 0 agents to over 100 agents now in the last 12 months working with me, and I'm nationwide now. So I'm going to get back to it. It's on my list. It's just, it's a lot. I have a 16, 13, and 10-year-old, and I'm in the thick of it, as they say.
We're going to get your show on eZWayTV. We're going to do a lot of great stuff with eZWayTV. And if you guys want to watch this broadcast when it's over, just subscribe to eZWay.tv. We have multiple different channels, and we're growing this thing like crazy. And just to give you an idea, Joseph, and as we bid you adieu, this is just a small idea of the distribution. Now we have hundreds of channels that we're starting to put all this content on, which is getting us millions of views. So this great information that you gave today is going to go out to the masses. And make sure, guys, if you want to follow up, you can look up Joseph Lombardi on the eZWay Interactive app. Thank you so much for joining us today, Joseph.
you,
Your
Joe.
advice was invaluable, man. We look forward to having you back.
Good to see you again.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Good work. See, so Eric,
I don't know why. Can you? Okay, am I here now? Come on, God.
what? Yeah, you're on. But what I had was your eZWay background song, because I think I had another.
Yeah. So we have our next guest coming up, and Adrienne, I hope you put your introduction in the chat there, because we don't have that introduction for you. So go ahead and put your introduction in the chat so we can bring you up on the show. And in the meantime, guys, let me give you guys a little insight of information on what's happening with the eZWay Network now, and you guys. You can now go into the eZWay Network dashboard, and not only can you get notifications on what's happening in the network, we've upgraded the announcements, and we've added the calendars view. So all of the podcasts and shows and opportunities and events and anything happening within eZWay is all going to be right here in the eZWay events calendar. We have the calendar view as well as a list view. And then you as a member can put what you have happening. So all of our members are going to instantaneously know about it, and they're going to get notified with it, but it's all in the back end for you now on the dashboard. How cool is that? We made it that much easier. So, but yeah, Dad, I just love the eZWay family. There's so many amazing people that are always on here, and shout outs to Wendy for coming on
I
here.
hear that all the time, Eric. It's the quality of people that people are really impressed with.
So Adrienne, we're waiting for your intro, so we'll get you on. So okay, well there we go. You did it on the comments, so we'll go ahead and read the Adrienne Tichy recovery. You're a recovery advocate, and you guide people to have experienced life-altering catastrophe rebuild and rejoin the life in terms. So basically, what Adrienne does, guys, this next guest right there, if you're dealing with any type of addiction in any way, like me, I have a little bit of an addiction. I mean, I wake up and I don't take a shower. I don't have breakfast. I get on my phone and I stay on my phone. And I'm usually taking a shower with my phone outside of the shower curtain. And okay, I'm not that bad. But addiction is a real serious thing. And this is Adrienne's a expert in addiction and recovery and all that stuff. And so we met you through the OWL app.
Absolutely.
And shout outs to OWL. OWL is a great app. You guys want to look at www.owwll.com. Download the app, OWL. We're meeting a lot of great people on OWL, and we're bringing them into the eZWay family, and then the eZWay family is coming into OWL. Great app. And so, Adrienne, go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit on who you are, what your accolades is, history, rewards, whatever you want to talk about. And why did you go down the path of addiction and recovery?
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you for having me on, Dr. Eric and James, Dad. I'm so excited to be speaking to your audience today about something that is really important. 47 million people self-identified as addicted in 2023. And when you add the people that love them, that's half our country. Now, to put it in the financial perspective of the guest that we just had, for the White House just said that fentanyl in 2023 alone cost the American people an estimated $2.7 trillion, equivalent to 9.7% of the gross domestic product.
Wow.
Of this total cost, 41% is attributed to deaths, 49% to lost quality of life, and 10% to other costs such as healthcare, reduced labor productivity, and crime-related expenses. The funny thing is, we deal with people who have a lot of means, who the old stereotype of the bum in the gutter is not applicable anymore. Addiction looks like you and me now. It looks like our neighbors, our friends, our families, our husbands, our brothers. It's just, it's really changing at a fast rate. And I think that prior to COVID, we were dealing with primary addiction, secondary mental health, But since COVID, now we're dealing with primary mental health that people are trying to escape through substances or dangerous behavior choices.
Well, and there's so many types of addictions, but I think one of them kind of that's, probably on your table that you see a lot is the so-called pharmaceuticals that people take, like, oh, it's my doctor's prescription, but they can get overwhelmed with those and wind up with too many and take too many, and it kind of becomes addictive in its own right, right?
It absolutely does, because the literature that comes with that medication says this medication is addictive, with the period at the end of the sentence. Not if you take it on Tuesday or if you're blonde haired, it's addictive. So you have to have a healthy respect for narcotics, only use them for a short term. That's all they were designed for. But people do get addicted to the prescriptions, and then the prescriptions run out. And now there's hardly any prescriptions on the street anymore. It's all fentanyl.
Yeah.
And that's just recently. I mean, this is hot off the press. The White House has declared fentanyl as a class 1 narcotic, meaning it has no medicinal use whatsoever.
Nothing. And it could be in anything.
It could be in anything. It is in anything. It's in everything. There's no heroin left. It's all fentanyl.
It could even be in the smoking with the marijuana and stuff.
Absolutely. It's in everything.
Jeez. So an addiction, like drinking's the big one, even with seniors.
Yes, sir. Drinking is more people die from drinking than all other addictions combined.
And I think what it might, it's kind of like becomes a habit in a way. Like you come home and you go, I'm not an alcoholic, but you want to drink, you have a drink for fun to relax and that. But all of a sudden you notice that when you come home, you want to have that drink, and it starts, edging its way into an actual addiction.
Absolutely.
And
very subtle and insidious, right?
Subtle. Yeah, very subtle, yeah.
And most people say, well, I go to work. I hold down a job. We deal with millionaires and billionaires, people that are flying your plane that have been drinking the night before and they're still drunk and have to be arrested and taken off the plane.
Yeah.
That just happened last year.
Yeah. It's still in your system. I find it really amazing. I mean, God bless all the clubs where people go to have a good time, but to still go to a club and actually have a drink is so risky. I'm surprised these nightclubs serve alcohol at all. They should just serve Pepsi or something, because you have that drink or two, it's going to cost you $10,000 or $15,000 and ruin your record on the DMV.
And also people are adding things to drinks.
Oh boy, there's another one, right? What are they adding?
They're adding drugs to the drinks, like the date rape drug, or it's this crisis is coming out of manufactured in Mexico from Chinese products and slipping across the border. So when you hear about those things that are seized at the border, you don't hear about the fentanyl that actually got through. And those are the people I live in a town of 70,000 people that was described by the New York Times in 2007 as the recovery capital of the United States. Wow. 2 exits off the highway, and 40% of our population is in recovery or drunk.
And what people want, like, okay, let's look at the farther picture. Why is it needed? Why do we have to get this high? And what's wrong with reality? They have to start. Is there something going on in society that people are so unhappy? Their dating situation is not going well. The finances are not going well. But
I think the pandemic really highlighted the gaps in our system. Unless you have means, you probably won't get to a treatment center.
Yeah.
80% of the people who graduate from a treatment center go back home. So that CEO is sent by the board of directors down to Florida for a 2-week vacation detox. And he's got to show back up in front of his direct reports on that third Monday with them wanting vacation photos. How well is he going to do?
Exactly. Yeah.
Go to the office party. We have tips and tricks for him. put a lime in your drink, in your Coke, and a straw. Nobody will ask you.
So we had a question on our channel. What's the best way to kick addiction if you are addicted to something?
Definitely, I would say if it's available to you, go get professional help. Detox is necessary for a couple of drugs, specifically alcohol and any benzodiazepines like Xanax or Valium, because you can seize, and that can kill you. So there are some drugs that are dangerous to detox from, and then others you go to treatment.
I'm not an addiction expert or anything like that, but just common sense would tell. And I've done this before. Like I mean, if you're addicted to cigarettes, just don't smoke.
Yeah.
Like I know people are probably like, well, it's not that easy to just not smoke. Well, just don't put it in your mouth, and slowly but surely do things to make your brain. I mean, it's really just a mindset.
But just think about it. You just told me you can't put your phone down. So if I took your phone at the beginning of this interview, how uncomfortable would you be 20 minutes in?
Well, if you did that, nobody would be watching this interview because my phone is the only thing that gets in. But yeah, I see what you're saying.
So you can't, Eric, what you can't do, and I think you'll agree with this, is say, you know what, I don't want to drink anymore. I don't want to smoke anymore. But your subconscious again, what are you talking about? You love to smoke, you love to drink. It's not going to work. But there's a technique, I believe it's called the flower technique in hypnosis and so on, where you tell yourself, I still enjoy drinking, I still enjoy smoking, but not quite as much. It seems to be not as pleasing. And I seem to be feeling a little bit better when I don't smoke or drink quite as much. And every day you keep adding that together. And you look at yourself and you go, well, say you're looking down at your stomach, right? Say that's an addiction. You got a food addiction, sweet snacks. And you're thinking to yourself, well, if I have this problem now and I don't start working with it, how much harder is it going to be to tackle it in 6 months or a year from now if I don't do something, And the same with the drinking. Drink is not good, especially for seniors. If you do,
right.
cut a little bit out
and
here.
The pills for seniors, that's another big thing.
Oh, boy, yeah.
The pills that are being prescribed to our senior citizens who are not exactly steady on their feet in the first place are falling and breaking things. Doctors
were saying there's more people coming in from that than car accidents almost.
Absolutely.
Just slipping, taking a garbage can out, just tripping and falling and slipping. The bathroom's a big one.
But you even think about gambling. Gambling is a huge addiction, and one that they are not nice. Bookies do not play around. They're more dangerous than drug dealers.
The bookie, yeah.
Bookies, yeah, they want their money.
And now they have a line. They make it so easy.
Make it so easy.
Yeah. So you have to take these things. The gambling's overall a loser. You're not going to be making a lot of money. Odds are on the house, like they say. But you just have to take the bull by the horns and say, you know what? I don't want to be broke all the time. I don't want to have this thing where the alcohol is getting to the point where I can't go out to my car anymore. I can't drive. And it's hurting my health. Do some research on what it does. And they said that what your body does when you stop drinking, it goes into overdrive on healing all kinds of things.
Absolutely. Going wrong. Yeah. And we rarely deal with people with no money. All the people that come to our house have money.
Yeah.
Money's not the issue. Money actually goes hand in hand with. Exactly. There's never been a war on drugs.
So they got to find something in life that is fun, like get a hobby going. Get
absolutely.
Something going.
Yeah.
We had a question. Are you on the eZWay network?
I am.
And yeah, so I wanted to show you are on the eZWay network. You have a profile, and you guys can actually go on to both Joseph Lombardi and Adrienne a profile, and you click on review, and you could give her a 5-star review if you're enjoying this interview. If you're getting some insightful information, you can check out her YouTube and and more information. We'll be doing more stuff with you. And Adrienne, are you doing any training or any sessions or anything, any type of stuff to help people with addiction? And
yeah, absolutely. We've had a center for 17 years. It's called The Lodge at Delray Beach. It's thelodgedelray.com. And we host 15 men straight out of treatment from addictions. They stay with us for a minimum of 6 months to usually a year to a year and a half. They start leaving, but they reintegrate into life gradually on their terms. And only 20% of people who go to treatment come to a facility like ours. Like I said, 80% of people who go to treatment go back home, and they will fail without help.
Wow.
Well, you have a QR code scan. I'm gonna put you on the top of the screen there. You guys can pull your cell phone out and your camera, and you can scan that QR code on your
You can get me anywhere.
background there, and then look for her on the eZWay interactive app. And please make sure you post this show, post what we talked about, post like maybe what you think the best focal point, the best conversation point of this interview is. We'll be putting it out on the Instagram as well. And as always, guys, you can follow that and use the hashtag eZWayFamily. And let's keep on learning more about this. Let's keep on posting. Let's keep on letting people know about what you're doing to help people kick addiction. It's a really important.
So do you think, just a quick question, do you think it's more for the younger people, it's pills and drugs, and the older people, it's alcohol? Is that on point?
I think it's fentanyl is taking over everything.
Wow.
With that, we got to close out. Adrienne, thank you so much for coming on the show. Anything else that you wanted to close out?
Yeah, just real quick, if you want to go to recoverycomeshome.com/gifts, there are some resources for you or a family member if you have someone that you love. If you're struggling yourself. So check out those free resources that I have. And don't forget to check out the Pickleball Championship tournament on October 11th. That's the changing face of addiction.com. We're having a fundraiser with OWL people.
I love that. Well, Adrienne and Jeremy are Florida, eZWay Florida division. They've been telling me about that. I hear that event's going really well. So yeah, if you guys are in Florida, let's make sure we get that on the calendar. You saw today, we just upgraded the calendar, the back end dashboard and on the app and the back end on the web. So whatever's happening with eZWay from now on, guys, is we are going to have it on the eZWay network on the back end. So all the things happening with all of our members and everything that we're doing is now going to be in the eZWay back end, right? So on the dashboard, that event you just told you about, we're going to be doing a lot of really cool masterminds with a lot of these experts and members. We're going to be doing these summits. I mean, we're going to do a lot of events. So make sure you stay on top of having your membership. Make sure you stay on top of the calendar. Make sure you take a look at everything that's happening, the trainings. I mean, everything that we're doing is now going to be right here. And if you have the app, you'll be notified on whatever's coming up. So again, guys, the big thing coming up, the next big thing for eZWay is the
virtual summit.
The virtual summit. Yeah, the Influence to Income Summit. And this is going to be something that's going to truly teach you how to create influence, how to create an influence effect, how to turn content into currency, how to really, create that influence that gets community to want to follow you, but ultimately how to convert that into income. And there's multiple forms of income. Wait until you see the panels we have on this thing, the experts that we have on this. These are people that are multimillionaires, that are successful. You just saw one of our guests. We're giving you guys access to the best of the best in eZWay Network. And these are the best of the best that have been rated by Forbes, saying that they're the best of the best. So this would cost a lot of money to learn the information from people like this. And we are going to give it for free if you have the app. So only the people that have the app will be able to watch this for free. It'll be streamed on our TV app or our interactive app, eZWayTV or interactive. And then after it's streamed, it will no longer be free. It'll be a pay-per-view option. So you will have to pay to listen to these people. And then we're going to have a whole channel designed, a Speakers TV channel on each and every speaker and what they're talking about and what they're learning. I mean, this is going to cost some money to watch and learn and listen to after it's done. So I strongly recommend to you guys that you go to influencetoincomesummit.com, www.influencetoincomesummit.com, and subscribe and do it early on, because this thing is going to be a really, really incredible event. We have a lot of different people that are coming on board, more and more people, A-listers, more and more people are wanting to get involved with this thing. And we're going to do it every 3 months. So if you want to get your message out there and you're somebody that's a speaker yourself and you want other people to see you and you want to be on television, this is a nationally and internationally televised event, and you want to get heard, we do have options as well when you go to the website to be a speaker on this. There's probably 13 spots left, and I think a couple spots on some of the panels. But if anything, complimentary, you can register right now by going to www.influencetoincomesummit.com to get the notification to watch this broadcast. Or if you have our app, it's going to be right there in the app. So
Right.
I'll show you that when you go into your app. You're going to it's going to look like this. It's going to be on mobile or desktop, and it'll be right here. As you can see, it's live right now, just like this. Only it'll be the summit. You'll see all the different top speakers. And I'm just going to show you guys what this event is one more time, and the level of what it's at. This is the next big thing coming up. So official. The people that we've confirmed on this thing are the best in what they do. And so whatever craft, whatever category that you want to learn from, this is it. And this is going out to 350 million homes, viewers, mobile phones. We got tons of big major sponsors on this thing. This is it. So we have my dad, me, and Dante. We're going to be really talking about Better Vision for Children. This is a fundraiser for Better Vision for Children. We got Henry Tillman, Kate Linder from Young and the Restless, and so many others. I don't know where our speakers went, but this is going to be the best of the best, really teaching you some amazing stuff. So also, we are looking for affiliate rock stars. If you want to earn stage time or you want to earn things with us, we are looking for people to come on board and be affiliates to tell other people that are high quality people that want to be a part of our network. We're always trying to grow the network. So if you want to be an affiliate, comment below. I want to be an affiliate. The next VIP pitch party is coming up on the 31st, July 31st. Mark your calendars. Thank you so much. And once again, my show, 1:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow. My show is going to be off the chain, and I'm heavily promoting this right now with some true superstars that are like really rocking it. And this is just a quick little promo of my guest and why you guys want to tune in.
This Tuesday, July 22nd, Master John Ozuna, actor, fight choreographer, 2x Guinness World Record holder, live on eZWayTV, hosted by Dr. Eric Zuley. eZWay Talk Live.
So make sure that you go to www.eZTalkLiveShow.com, www.eZTalkLiveShow.com. It'll also be on eZWay.tv. So if you subscribe, but I want to build the subscribership with this and Radio Boomers Live. So if you guys could subscribe, we would really appreciate it. So it's www.eZTalkLiveShow.com. Tell your friends, be a rock star, join. It's going to be an amazing, fun experience, and it's truly interactive. I mean, this guy has been with Keanu Reeves. He's a star himself. The stuff we're going to be showing on the show is like really action based and fight choreography, and like the story is going to be amazing. Building Easy Talk Live now. So make sure you go to www.eZTalkLiveShow.com and subscribe. Thanks so much. Dad, I'm going to go ahead and give it to you. Love you guys.
Well, it is going to be a treasure trove of information with this 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of August. I mean, there's the speakers. You got to take notes. But we're going to be signing off. We got Better Vision for Children. That's bbccharity.org. And as I said, 50% of people are not tested. People don't get their kids tested. We want to get them all tested out there. And 25% of the children tested have issues. And this can be corrected if diagnosed early. So we want to get this really going. We're going to be adding more. We're getting the most high-tech cameras available. And that's for the iVision. Our Part 2 vision is helping the children in the foster community have a brighter future through mentoring and on-hand experience with some sports, or we're going to be taking it to engineering schools, all kinds of things. It's going to be very exciting and very beneficial. For now, we're going to be signing out on Radio Boomers Live. So keep moving, keep the faith, and Radio Boomers Live is signing out. We'll see you next Monday.
The Better Vision for Children's Foundation was founded over 35 years ago by Tom Cataldo, a World War II Navy veteran and who eventually lost most of his eyesight due to amblyopia. Amblyopia, also known as lazy eye, is an early childhood condition in which the eye and brain don't work together as they should. Kids often get used to this vision problem and might not mention it to parents. As a result, their amblyopia might not get diagnosed for months or even years, while parents chalk up poor grades or clumsiness to a child not being academically or athletically gifted.
eZWay Interactive. Start connecting the eZWay. Are you ready to connect like never before? Introducing the eZWay Interactive app, your ultimate social solutions network. Whether you're looking to network, collaborate, or simply share ideas, eZWay makes it easy to engage with like-minded individuals and organizations. Discover innovative solutions, join exciting discussions, and expand your horizon, all in one powerful platform. Don't miss out on the future of social networking. Download eZWay Interactive now and unlock endless possibilities.
Are you ready to scale your business and grow your income? Life is a journey. You've got to discover your true path and target your results. Don't just dream about it. You've got to do it. At WealthXO, we're here to help you create your dream life. Turn your dreams into a reality. It all starts with a great plan and a great coach. I'm Dr. Dante Sears, and I'm here to help you turn your dreams into reality. Are you ready? Let's go. WealthXO.
Discover eZWay's Best of the Best book, a powerful collection of stories from some of the most influential figures in entertainment, business, and philanthropy, featuring contributions from Dr. Eric Zuley, Dr. Dante Sears, Kevin Sorbo, Samantha Goldberg, Rayster Michaels, the late Catherine Coven Pacino, Hawthorne James, James Zuley, Elijah Green, Silk Cozart, Matt Borlingy, Kate Linder, Dr. Olympia Gelini, J.O. Welch, Johnny Venacour, Jacqueline Prince, Jim Bannon, Teresa Young, Matt J. Doyle, Carmelita Pittman, Jason McNamara, Deborah J. Hollick, David Chametsky, Reatha Gray, Tras de la Torre, Donna Marie May, publisher Deneen A. Collins, and Omar Periu. Foreword by Omar Periu, this book is packed with invaluable insights and inspiration. 100% of all sales go to support Better Vision for Children, helping children in need. Now available for pre-order on Amazon Kindle. Direct Publishing. Sponsored by eZWay app and eZWay Promotions, this book provides incredible wisdom that will leave you with golden breadcrumbs of knowledge. Download the eZWay app for free on the Apple Store or Google Play to follow our amazing authors and stay connected. This book is more than just a read. It's an experience.
Living on the edge. Download the app and take the pledge. We are the fire in the dark of night. With eZWay, we shine so bright. Together we elevate, fly so high. eZWay,
you're watching
community,
eZWay
touching the sky.
Powered by eZWayNetwork.com.
eZWay spirit.